Hello everybody, Gisele Grenier here. In this video lesson, we're going to be taking Burnt Umber and shifting it on the color wheel, but we're going to be doing this with basically the primary colors only. So what I have is I've got the Decor Traditions, and I've got Burnt Umber, Ultramarine Blue, Naphtha Red Light, Handsy Yellow Medium, and Opaque Titanium White. Now, what are the things that these have in common? I'm waiting. Ultramarine Blue leans towards violet. Naphtha Red Light leans towards orange. Handsy Yellow Medium, yellow leans towards orange. So they are basically, where's my color wheel? They are, let's see, Naphtha Red Light, Handsy Yellow Medium, and Ultramarine Blue. Blue leans towards violet. There's red and violet. Red with orange, yellow with orange. So other than the blue really being opposite on the color wheel, it's not the cooler colors like the red that leans towards violet, the blue that leans towards green, and the yellow that leans towards green. Okay, so put that aside. So what I did is a little makeshift oddball color wheel that doesn't even look like anything like a color wheel. So what we're going to do is we're going to take Naphtha Red Light, and we're going to put that right here. I'm going to go right on top. Should be just enough there. Okay. And we're going to take Ultramarine Blue and put that right here. Remember, Burnt Umber sits in the middle of the color wheel. And speaking about that, I did not put that on the color wheel yet. I'll have to make sure I do that next. Handsy Yellow Medium right there. Burnt Umber. Did I just say Burnt Sienna before? Burnt Umber sits, well, they all sit really in the same spot. Sits right about here. The more darker and more neutral they go here. Like these are hard because I don't have enough room. But basically they all sit, all of these colors between raw sienna, yellow oxide sit more towards the yellow. Burnt sienna and transparent red iron oxide sit more towards in between red and orange. Right about here. And then Burnt Umber sits between red and orange but sits right here. The only one that's going to be the oddball is raw umber. Okay, so the four neutrals, three sit relatively in the same area. And yellow oxide is, well, out of the five neutrals, I should say. All right, so Burnt Umber, we're going to put Burnt Umber right here. Didn't even bother writing it down under here because it wouldn't be able to show. All right, so let's take Burnt Umber and let's go with a bit of blue. Roughly equal parts. And we'll go here. And let's add a bit of white to that. Nice. So what does that look like? What does this mixture look like to you? Does it look like anything familiar? So to that mix that we just did here, we're going to add more ultramarine blue, a good amount. So it'll be, right now we'll be at 1 part Burnt Umber, 2 parts ultramarine blue. I actually should have put that outside. But that's okay. You get the idea. Okay, now we're going to take white and add that. Oh, nice blue. Let's bring a little bit more in there. Nice. Okay. Now let's repeat the same exercise going this way. And we're going to go Burnt Umber. And I would say, roughly this equal amounts of Handsy Yellow Medium. there. I call this baby Poo Brown. I shouldn't call it that. That's terrible. That's terrible. Add some white. What does that look like to you? Okay, rinse the brush. And I'm going to add more yellow to that. So when you're doing, if you're using a similar chart, put your blue way to the outside, your yellow to the outside, and your red to the outside. That way you can get a longer string. Whoops, there's white in that. Sorry. The yellow really takes over because of the it's more intense. Doesn't take much. There you go. Okay, now we're going to do the same exercise with the red. So burnt umber with roughly this one here I would say about half red. Ooh, way too much. So do 2 parts burnt umber and then 1/4 red. Naphtha red light is super powerful. Now this one's going to be interesting because I have no idea where I'm going to put the white. Pick up some white. I didn't think this through. Where am I going to put the white? Oh, shoot. Oh, let's go right here. I thought I was being clever by doing a color wheel. Fat chance. All right, and I'm going to take more red and go in here now. Okay, and then add white. That's pretty. Nice. So what you can do at this point now, and again, probably didn't think this through. I was hoping to make it like an actual wheel. What you can do now is you can take ultramarine blue, naphtha red light, put that here, and then you can do burnt umber to ultramarine blue, naphtha red light. So you would go, and then it would go here, here, here. But again, where do you put the white? Then you could do ultramarine blue, enhanced yellow medium to get green. Okay. And then you could put the white beside it. And then you would do naphtha red light, enhanced yellow medium to get orange. And then you can go here. Oops. No, it's off. It would have to go up here. I went off center. You can put it here and here. But you see what I'm trying to do is that you can make yourself a nice color wheel. So thinking this through now, no. Naphtha red light here, and then you can run your scale this way, then to run it across. I thought it might be a little bit nicer to do, you know, to do something mixy wise, but yeah. It's not working out so well. Sue me. Sue me. Because with these mixes, because this one, like this is so dark, the only way it's really going to work is when you add the white to it. But oh my God, is it ever beautiful. Look at that smoky color. So I would go here and then go naphtha red light, ultramarine blue, plus titanium white. So you can just make your mixes that way. Now, as you veer on, you know, you're going to find your own way to do your mixes. I know Sue in the Facebook group, she's got some really interesting ways that she's doing her charts just to keep it fresh and not so boring. Because the way I teach it, I'm teaching the fundamentals and foundation. My goal is to get you to do the charts. You want to make them creative. As long as you're following the same guidelines, make them creative as much as you want. So make up your chart, but basically start off only with your primary colors. Choose the primary colors that you have. So you're going to start off with, do it with a blue that leans towards violet, a red that leans towards orange, and a yellow that leans towards orange. So create your mixes that way. Then you can, once you've done that, then, so you've got your 3 primaries, then veer off and do, okay, well now take ultramarine blue and naphtha red light and create that mix with, and shift burnt umber that way. Then take naphtha red light and Hansa yellow medium together and shift burnt umber that way. Take ultramarine blue and Hansa yellow medium together to make green and shift burnt umber that way. Don't forget to add white to the pieces just so you can compare. So let me quickly just do this one here. And we're going to shift burnt umber there. So this one's going to be quite, oops, I did that wrong. That one's going to be quite dark. Let's put it here. I forgot to put the orange. I forgot to put the orange there. That's this one here. Okay. And then ultramarine blue and Hansa yellow medium. And this, the type of green you get will vary depending on how much blue and how much green you use. This is completely up to you how you're going to do that. And a little bit of ultramarine blue, or burnt umber. And white. So my way of doing it wasn't the best. I was kind of hoping to get something a little bit more creative. So that is plus titanium white. Okay. You can make a tile of all this stuff. Then you know what you do? If you make the chart, you don't like it, you're going to do it again. Cut out these pieces and use them for art. Little inchies. Make art on these. So that way you don't waste it. All right. Yeah, this is not, I should have done it this way. So what to do is whatever creative way you want to do it. Put your color here, your mixes, and then just do the string across. So I was, oh well, I tried. But you can see an interesting way how everything is shifting, right? How all the colors are shifting. And when you look at it that way, when we get to the exercise where we're going to actually make our own burnt umber, I want you to do this exercise again. The exact same exercise, but using your mixed burnt umber, and see the differences that you get with the color. Okay, that way you can see, do I really want to use burnt umber, or do I really want to stick to mixing it myself? How often am I going to use it? Burnt umber is great for landscape paintings, but if you're only going to paint a little bit of landscapes, it may not even be worthwhile. You can mix it very easily, which we are going to cover off in 2 more lessons. Alrighty, so I want you to create your chart the way that you want, not the way I did it, the way that you want, taking your 3 primary colors on the color wheel where I said they need to be, and create your chart. And bonus points. Bonus points if you do another set of charts using a blue that leans towards green, a red that leans towards violet, and the yellow that leans towards green. Bonus points for doing that chart and posting a picture of that in the community. But if you're watching this from YouTube, you need to go to the description below, click the link to go to the community and post your pictures there, because you can't post pictures in YouTube. So I'm looking forward to seeing your charts over there. Not the way I did it. Looking forward to seeing your charts over there, and any questions that you have. Oh, my mouth is really dry. Any questions that you have, post them in the community and I'll be glad to answer them. Alrighty, so in the next lesson, we're going to be talking about how to brighten and dull burnt umber. This one's going to be interesting because burnt umber is already really, really dark. There's only really one way to dull it down. So we'll explore that in the next lesson. Until then, stay inspired.